Well, happy holidays to all, and welcome to another edition of Boston Concessions. I am your host, Topher, and we are brought to you by SSBN, Small State Big Network. Those amazing young folks down in Rhode Island welcome me as their little Boston affiliate. There's nothing really small about me. I know that really looked weird. I was really looking at my stomach, I swear to God. Hopefully everybody's been having a good time, good moment and everything. So we've basically got a good big size show to go into. Coverage of the Patriots, the Bills, a lot of things that basically went on in the game. Some other stuff that is a takeaway hugely from the NFL in general. Some really tight injuries, along with everything else. But I want to kind of start the show a little bit different. And before I do that, of course, there's the hit of breaking news, of course. Yep. Breaking news comes in, of course. Nobody ever says it's good. Nobody ever says it's bad, but sometimes it's just breaking. Before I started and I was getting a lot of my stuff prepared, I was looking online and I did happen to come across TMZ, Variety, People.com, even CNN now. Award-winning actor, director, producer, writer, just overall amazing human being. Rob Reiner has passed away at 78. There's way too much crap going on. But rumor to it is Rob Reiner and his wife were found stabbed dead in their home in LA, which just really sucks. Rob Reiner, just one of those guys, playing it all in the family. His mockumentary of This is Spinal Tap. So many things that Rob Reiner was a part of. And it's really kind of just a kick. Because just an overall amazing human being. So from us, which is basically me, to the Reiners, their family, and everything, my best wishes is what I can say. It's never easy, especially finding out that news on the holiday. But he will be missed, especially within the community there. Right. So, sad news is past. Our festive thing, I think, is back up. I think I did that right. Do I have another? Ugh. There's some things they give you, and it's like, oh god, like, oh, this one's not bad. It's not overpowering like the blue, because I think the snowman like kicks. So like, I'm gonna leave it here. And what's this one? Ooh, god, no. I think those are sugar plums. No, thank you. Oh no, that's a powerful one. Never give me a lot of fun things to play with. I will play with them. I will do things with them. Sounds completely wrong. Gotta try to keep myself clean over here. All right. So we are live on YouTube right now. We are also live on X. You can follow us on both. I do have the comments like lined up. So if anybody makes a comment, makes a thing, and I think I forgot to also change the banner in the front. So that's really gonna suck. Because I didn't change it to episode 46. I kept it to episode 45. That kind of sucks. But, hey, we all make mistakes. We all make those oopsies. You know, it's changed there now. So if I actually revert back, it's going to be completely fine. All right. So, 1 o'clock hour of NFL football came, went. Patriots going for the 11th win, and they're going for everything under the sun, and they kind of came up a little short. Patriots losing to the Bills 35-31. Every time I heard somebody talking about this game, especially a Buffalo fan, oh, we're Buffalo fans. Like, let me tell you, we're gonna waste the Patriots. We're gonna blow them out of the water. We're gonna make everything go what it is. We only lost by 4. I mean, what was it? 23-20 last game? And this one's 35-31. The upside to it is like, yes, the Bills beat us. Okay. We don't have the looming of more than a 10-game win streak, like hanging over our heads. There's a lot of things that you could take positively out of a loss. How you played, things that you can work on, things that can make you stronger over the next thing. Plus, get the loss out of the way because you do have the Dolphins coming up, you have the Jets coming up, and you have the Ravens coming up. All 3 of those teams are going to be basically, hopefully, making you stronger. Am I going to say that you're going to be 14-3? You may be third. I mean, well, yeah, because that would be like the next 3, 14-3. Who knows? You could be 13-4. Is that horrible? No. Bottom line is this Patriots team is primed, set, and ready to make the playoffs. They've only lost to Buffalo out of this whole fiasco. They beat the Jets. They beat the Dolphins. They beat Buffalo the first game. I mean, they kind of also beat themselves in this one. Up 21-7 or 24-7. I want to say with the 24-7 by the half. It was just for whatever reason. And the funny thing is, when you're watching the first part of the game, it's nice, it's smooth. There's not a lot of deflect. There's not a lot of penalties. Nothing to go flying. Referees are like laxed. They're letting things play. And then the second quarter was like, oh, by the way, Buffalo's losing. We need to switch. And I will be one of those guys because there were a lot of things that were called on both sides of the thing. It's like, dude, come on. Really? Like, if you're moving around and you get caught with a pinky underneath someone's jersey, okay. Don't be that guy that's like, I mean, for holding, you got to be tugging and pulling. But if you're caught up on somebody, come on, man. Like, get a grip. Get a loss. Get a helmet. Move along. It's kind of, get out of the improvisation and just show where it goes. And one of the pieces that kind of kicks me in this is when I watch it, Mac Hollins goes up for a catch, a toss from Drake May. And let me tell you, I'm watching it again. he goes up for his play, and before he's even up to get the ball, the Bills defender is mugging. Like, I think he took his pocket change. I think he took his Rolex. He can't take his shoes because Mac Hollins basically strolled into Gillette Stadium from the parking lot into the locker room with no shoes on. Okay? He doesn't believe in the no shirt, no shoes, no service. This man was pure walking from the parking lot into Gillette. No shirt, no shoes, no socks. Was great. So the Buffalo defender is not stealing that from him, but like I said, he's got his pocket change. I think he's in there. He might have hit his coin purse, for crying out loud. If you know what that is, I'm sorry. If you don't know what that is, I'm not telling you. Ask somebody else in the chat. Well, when you see this and you're seeing that, and it's like, okay, where's the call? You wait, you wait, you wait, no call. Then you got the long ball from like a couple series later. You got an absolutely dart of a pass going from Josh Allen. And who's there to cover it? Marcus Jones. Hits in, comes down. Both people are jockeying for the position of it, and he comes up with it. But then there's a flag. And they call pass interference on him. Like, you can't call that pass interference. And what happened to Mac Hollins, you can't call that stupid. There was even the one, I think it was on Inouye, for the holding penalty. Just the way it looked, you know he wasn't grabbing upwards, but like he was pushing up. And if his fingers did get in there, cool. If it was a hold, great. But it was like every single thing. And I don't want to say it was the Patriots basically breaking down and going, we forgot to play football in the second half. Because in a portion, yes, Buffalo did charge downfield without penalties. But then it was like they were getting third down, fourth down, third down again, fourth down again. And then the penalties just started raining. It's kind of like you kind of knew that Patrick Mahomes' season was over. So now you got to go to like the next alpha, which would be Josh Allen. If this is how they've got to win a game, okay. Because my comment to this is simple. You get a Mac Hollins catch on that play, or you get a pass interference play. The whole dynamic of the game changes. You also do a turnover with certain things on the Marcus Jones catch that was a pass interference. That as well may not have even happened, hugely be negated because you're playing a different game. I think also the I think it was not interested in that. I was trying to see like okay, so here's actually a video of it. And here's the reason I want to show it to you. Because mind you, I will say, and I'll throw this on right now. Mind you, this is way after 10 yards. Like, and you can see Both of them are looking to play the ball. If you look at where his hands are positioned, hell no. And I'm covered by a Christmas tree for anybody who's actually watching on X. Oh, God. Can I move this? I don't know if I can move this right now. What am I on? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh God, I can't. All right, so I'm gonna have to move that next time when I do a picture in picture because yeah, I don't know which one it is. God damn it. So I apologize to anybody watching on X. You're basically getting me behind a tree. I swear I'm here. Hi, it's my hand. Anybody who listens to this on Spotify is gonna be like, "What the hell just happened?" There's all this space going upward. Like on YouTube, it's completely fine. On X, it's like broken. So looking at this, here's the whole play. I'll show it to you. So there's the tug of the jersey. There's the hand coming up, and you just put Mac Hollins completely out of the play. Now here's the one that, like with Jones, the ball was underthrown. He's with them right here. And he has to backtrack into Marcus Jones to make the catch. And I can probably see. Oh, figures I can't show my. But right. Yep. Okay, so you can see my cursor. Okay, so right here, you get a little bit of him under the armpit, but it's still, he's tracking, and now he's all over Marcus Jones to catch the ball. He was beyond where the ball was and had to backtrack into the defender. No. Trash, trash, trash. Because then if you look where Marcus Jones and his hands are, that's his. That's his. Marcus Jones is coming down with that ball. And not only, if you look at this, he's coming down with that ball, look at where the receiver is. Because he's got that right in his pocket. And the receiver is the one who digs his hand in to take it out. That's an interception. That should have been reviewed, looked at. No. Pass interference? Hell no. If you're not doing this mugging where you're all over him to the back and over here, that just doesn't look right. And you're calling this crap? Come on. Like, I can understand if he's running in stride and he has to turn around, but he had to double back and halt himself where Marcus Jones is running into him. No. 2 plays, too easy. Trash. And you know something? If the Bills want to sit there in every which way. And by the way, I'm back, X. I'm out from the tree. If the Bills want to sit there and call that for their game, that's horrible. Like, if I'm looking at that as a Bills fan, better yet, take my bias with the Bills, throw it over there. Take my bias with the Patriots, throw it way over there. As a football fan looking at this from the outside looking in, both of those, come on. I'd be screaming the same thing. If they called the pass interference call on the Buffalo guy for Hollins, and then called it on Marcus Jones, okay, make your state, make your claim. But the bottom line is, as I'm watching that ball, Marcus Jones is the one who comes up with it. He picks him off. And they call a pass interference. That's the part that, no. One interception to the other interception, like, first off, you had to play off Mac Hollins, and you had to move him aside to ground yourself to play that ball, which instantly takes that away. Horrible. I don't care who you are. It's a horrible aspect, and to the fact that that's what you got. Oof. But I will say, sitting in my living room, and I'm actually, I can actually do this. Can I take the? Okay, we'll keep the gingerbread icon for now. It's gingerbread and everything else, but like, we're gonna share a screen again. This is probably one of my favorite things, because I'll break this in. I'm sitting in my living room, I'm watching, I'm doing a couple things, I'm moving around, and then I see this play and I went ballistic. Why? Because this is a fight that you're seeing between both AFC people. You're seeing the Bills fighting because now they're 28-24. But are the Patriots really like laying down? Look who's in front. First off, oh, hold on. Oops.
Say anything about him. These are the types
Let me
of
throw that
drives
back
they
up.
can show everyone.
Henderson bounces away, and Henderson is off to the races.
Look at May.
Does he have another one in him?
May sprung it.
He does. Touchdown.
I clicked that.
Goodbye.
And we're supposed to show it.
Drake May leading the way.
But I'm going to go back to this. Does Robert Kraft know where he is? Like, there's a point to where his son is sitting there pointing a direction of like what's going on, and either he was asleep or like I know it's like almost 4:00. He's got to have his nap. It's fine. It's good. It's great. I know he gets excited. He's a cute little old man that sits in his like little press box. It's completely fine. But when you have the wait, what happened? Ooh, and do not get me wrong, Robert Kraft is amazing. Okay, I understand like why a lot of things I'm not even going to say. I'm just going to keep myself exactly where I need to be, and that's fine. But Robert looks weird. He looks completely off. And this was what I love. Drake May leading Trevion Henderson the whole time, and that's what causes him to get the break. First off, Trevion Henderson is fast. Like, create the comment, say it in, fast as fuck, boy. I don't care. But the kid's got wheels. His wheels have wheels. And the way he runs, mind you, if you didn't watch the game yet, you're getting the breakdown from me. That was his second. That was clearly his second of the day. But that was the beauty part because Drake May just sprung that man. And I'm trying to see if I can find the first one. There was a lot of things when you see it. Beautiful running. There was a lot of pieces that went into it, but like I said, one of the things that kind of got me a little flat was, like I said, second quarter, the Patriots seemed a little flat, little off. Not a lot of things coming into it. A lot of takeaways, of course. Trevion Henderson, 65-yard touchdown with the assist from May, which is exactly what that is. He also did have I believe it was a 56 or 54. Actually, I can check that right here. Scoring summary was 52. That put New England up 21-0. And then Jared Cook with the 5-yard pass from Josh Allen, made it 21-7. But Drake May with the two runs to get them in, and of course Trevion Henderson doing the two runs, the 52-yarder and then that 65-yarder that we just saw. But holy cow, that's what I call beautiful running. The other takeaway from the game is Drake May doing, like I said, just doing those abilities where you don't have anybody to pass to, your guys are covered, you have to do a lot to figure it out. And instead of sitting in the pocket going, oops, you kind of make that 8-yard run, 7-yard run. You're in the end zone. Look at you. And you score. That's really what you need. All in all, there was a lot of pieces that did break down. Patriots run defense, that seemed a little off. Going off of a couple of the stats, and I have them here, like, you know, on the page as I sit here talking to you guys. The awkward thing is Cook racked up 107 rushing yards, 22 carries, 2 touchdowns. It's New England was up where nobody, and I mean Bijan Robinson, Jared Cook himself, a lot of these guys weren't going over the 50, 60 yards that would lead to, holy cow, your running back had a great day. And this is one of the key factors, is where you're limited within that whole aspect. It just kind of sucks. Because they were so high and now they're starting to dip. Will I still give them credit considering the fact that, like, the Bills are not a slouch team? But still, to put up 30 points against the Bills, still pretty damn good. One of the things I noticed was the offensive line holding the Bills defense to under 20% pressure. So out of the plays that they did, 80% had no pressure at all. Below 20% is basically where the pressure rate was. So the Bills were not even giving Drake May any pressure. It was a couple things here, a couple things there. I think there was a sack. But the whole thing was giving him time, letting him set, letting him look at the wide receivers down the field, giving him the motion that we're looking A, we're looking B, and you're now seeing C, D, and E. Whether it be Trevion Henderson is like 6 yards up, Hunter Henry's downfield, Stephon Diggs downfield, Kayshon Boutte downfield. And Drake May has all the time to see them either break away from their defenders or just have time to get rid of the ball or scramble. It was a beauty part of what the Patriots offense does. And by the way, this is the second time that people are making the comment, and Will Campbell is not there. And this is what they're doing. This is what Mac Jones didn't have in his second year. They didn't have 17.2% for pressure rate. They didn't even have that during Bailey Zappe's time. Zippy Zap. I think it was basically it of like the things that going on it. Drake May's whole aspect was got to keep the foot on the pedal. Just knowing to the fact that this is where he needs to be, he needs to shine. But not just for him, but the whole team. You can't just take your foot off the gas, especially when you're up 21. Go up 31. Go up 41. Go up 50 if you need to. There are times that teams, Tom Brady exclusively, other Patriots teams, I think Mac Jones even went, I think it was against Cleveland a couple years ago, but he took advantage of it and he went ham. Why? Because you never know when someone has that knowledge of, we're going to make this kind of like sneak it in and try to get us back up. But there were moments where you could see everything. Where it was just breaking down. Box score on everything was, it wasn't even like a great day for either of them. Josh Allen doing the 3 touchdowns. All right. Knox having 2 of them, Jared Cook having the other. Josh Allen was 19 for 28. And he was 193 yards. It's under 250. He had the 3 touchdowns. He had no interceptions. Like I said, he should have had that pick, at least from Marcus Jones. Watching the body, watching everything. He also did 11 rushing attempts for 48 yards. His longest was 20. Drake May himself was 14 for 23. Only had 155 yards. It wasn't a lot. He had no touchdowns in the game. He had 2 rushing. The 2 rushing touchdowns. But the Mac Hollins interception, yeah, that of course goes on him. Ramondre Stevenson, 6 attempts for 50 yards. Trevion Henderson, 14 attempts, 148 yards. like I said, the 52-yarder, and then there was the 60-plus yarder, 65 because it says as long right there. He did have the 2 touchdowns. That's a beautiful thing. That's stuff you want to look at. But when you also look at the receivers, Mac Hollins, 4 receptions, 41 yards. Kayshon Boutte, 1 reception for 30. Ramondre Stevenson, 3 for 27. Stephon Diggs, 3 for 26. Hunter Henry, 1. 1 for Hunter Henry. And Trevion Henderson had 2 for 13 yards. That's not... It's not a lot because you can notice where Buffalo came to play their D. They came to play the game and state, hey, we're not giving you the AFC yet, but we're going to hold you to this. That's fine. It's one game. And a lot of people are making it, oh my God, like, it's over. Oh, the streak is over. Now they're going to slump. And there's also other people, oh, you're ready for this. They're going to slump. They're going to suck. You know? I mean, they play the Baltimore Ravens now. I don't even... Did the Ravens win today? Oh. 24-0. 24-0. They blew out Cincinnati. I don't know if that's... I'm not even going to say anything. Lamar Jackson was 8 for 12, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception with 4 sacks. Derrick Henry had 11 attempts, 100 yards. No touchdowns. 3 20-plus yard runs. That doesn't happen with the Patriots. Mitchell, 8 attempts, 66 yards. But this is what we're coming up with. You know? Flowers, 3 receptions, 68 yards. He had the touchdown. Andrews, the tight end, 2 for 18 out of 3 targets. You know, Jennings having a forced fumble. Lamar Jackson fumbling himself. Here's a beautiful thing, and I saw this like later. So Kyle Van Noy, let me see if I can pull it up because this is one of the coolest coolest little video. Situation. Let me pull it up. So the basis of this is Kyle Van Noy picks off the ball. And when he picks it off, not only does he start running with it, but it's something that he does that's very comical. So, no tree in front of me. So let's see this. It's about 23 seconds.
Buddy, who is in one-on-one situation. Burrow again kind of stumbles, and he's intercepted. Picked off by Van Noy. Then the handoff, it's Gilman. And Gilman is going to score as the Ravens look for the knockout punch. 95 yards.
So Joe Burrow got popped in that whole thing, threw the ball. There's the motion, there's the throw. I don't know if he saw like how the defense was, but Kyle Van Noy is sitting right in the center part. He's got that ball dead to rights, proving to the fact that he's still one of the premier linebackers, for crying out loud. He snags that And then as he's running just to hand it off, that is non-selfish football. This is a man who is, here, take this, because I'm going to block this guy, and then you're going to have 2 or 3 blockers that's basically going to run you to the house. And that's exactly what you did. Van Noy takes up, I think it was 63. So he blocks him, and then you've got, the 2 top pieces right up top. Those are your feet. And that's the perfect block. Gilman just walks right in. That was a Kyle Van Noy interception, and perfectly a Gilman touchdown. Those themselves are the good moments. But that's also what you have to watch out for when you're playing the Baltimore Ravens. If you have a good run defense and you have good control, can you stop Lamar Jackson? Yes. Is Lamar throwing a lot? No. It's exactly as I broke it down. This man, 8 for 12, 150 yards. 2 touchdowns. Can you stop that? Yeah. I mean, that's possible. Plus, also, you know to the fact Lamar can run. You're going to give him pressure. Derrick Henry is going to be there. You got to shut him. You got to shut him down. And then you got DeAndre Hopkins, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews. It's a powerhouse offense, but the problem is a lot of the times they have nobody for an offensive line. And if you see the way the Patriots take one side, the other side, and then kind of sandwich you, that's why a lot of these mobile quarterbacks are not escaping right now. Josh Allen, especially in the first quarter, he did not escape that pocket a lot. And I'm looking forward to Miami-Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh being 7-6, Miami being 6-7, they have the Monday night game. I guess Miami has to win this in order to even keep a smidgen of whatever their playoff hopes are going to be. Because that's going to be your big time. To go over a couple of the games, Atlanta beat Tampa Bay 29-28. That was the Thursday night game. Chicago beating Cleveland 31-3. We already went over Baltimore beating Cincinnati 24-0. The funny thing is, I think I dropped the Baltimore defense for Chicago. Have to go look at that. If so, I'm going to hate myself. Well, Baltimore, Cincinnati, first off, Joe Burrow back. I expected him to throw maybe a touchdown too. Move the ball around, get the ball in field goal range. Baltimore had him throw up a goose egg. A Joe Burrow-led team is throwing up a 0? Houston beating Arizona 40-20. Jacksonville New York Jets. Who's your daddy? that just gives an explanation. Oh my God. Jacksonville just 48-20. Disgusting. Chargers taking out KC 16-13. I will say this. When Patrick Mahomes went down with the injury, which we'll talk about in a minute, Gardner Minshew was the quarterback in question that went into the game in order to cover for him. And I'm looking at Minshew, and he's making some really, really great passes. He's going in. It's like, oh, hey, Gardner Minshew, like out of nowhere. Interception. He closes out the game. I'm like, oh, come on. You could have just kicked a field goal. Thankfully, that's where that's set. Buffalo beating New England 35-31. Washington beating the Giants 29-21. Philadelphia steamrolling over Vegas 31-0. Denver to Green Bay 34-26. Not a decent day for Green Bay. But Denver showing up and playing a hard-nosed team. Still let up 26 points, but put 34 on the board. The Rams taking care of business in Detroit 41-34. New Orleans beating Carolina 2017. Seattle taking care of Indianapolis 18-16. We'll go back into that game afterwards. San Francisco beating Tennessee 37-24. And Minnesota on top of Dallas 34-26. It's a nice day in the land. Let's talk about something though. Because I was told the way somebody is coming back in, it's kind of, yeah. Let me see if I can find. So Phillip Rivers, 44 years old, goes in playing the Colts versus the Seahawks. And the stats are pretty solid. Phillip Rivers, 18 for 27 out of 127 yards. He didn't bomb it. He had a touchdown and an interception, and he got sacked. Seattle, very good defense. Taking care of Phillip Rivers just makes me laugh. So many other quarterbacks you can sit there and hey, I'm taking that one. Hey, I'm doing this with this one. Not a soul into the fact of any which way, shape, or form. Oh my God. I just, it makes me laugh because when someone sits there and goes, oh, well, you got this quarterback, it's like, he's younger than me. Not by a lot, but holy crap. How do you go into that and still be in a manner what you're looking at? Because to me, when I'm looking in any which way, that's a lot to look at. First off, I give credit for him. A 44-year-old man is coming into a game against a top-tier defense. 18 for 27, I'll take. 127 yards, good for you. It's your first damn game back in like years. And you're Brady age. Completion percentage was 66.7%. Close enough to 70? Come on. So his completion percentage is close enough to his age. I'm okay with that. Fine. To the fact that the man threw an interception. Whoopity-doo. He also threw a touchdown. Can I even find that? I was trying to find that. I can't really see it. Oh, here it is. Yay. It takes me a minute to find some things. Give me a sec. They're going through an ad. Everything is an ad. Hey, watch this. I know they got it muted. So we'll share the screen, blow it up. And there we go. I made sure to actually play it this time. All right. So this is Phillip Rivers and his long-awaited touchdown.
3rd down and 4. Rivers, and he's got a man. Touchdown! That's Josh Downs, and that's Phillip Rivers with a touchdown pass.
He's making this throw, and yes, it's a great pass by him. He hits him over the
middle.
That was
not
Josh
a great
Downs
pass,
scores
sir.
A touchdown.
Timeout.
Rivers over the middle. Warren's got it for a first down.
That is not the
his
one I
way
wanted
to the
say.
26-yard line, a gain of 17.
And you talked about bringing the pressure from the second level.
No. Well, if you saw the throw hand, he cupped that ball. Still made a spiral, but that thing looked like it was from a 14-year-old. Here, toss this. One of his 9, 12, 15, how many kids does he have now? 27? There was something I was watching that somebody was showing. It was Madden. They loaded Phillip Rivers into the game, 44 years old and fat. His character made me look slim. And as I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is a joke. And of course, I don't have the current Madden, so I can't go into it to watch. But when I go into it and I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the hell? How do you make Fat Man Phillip Rivers? That's insanity. Welcome back, Phillip Rivers. You old coot. Old man Rivers. Come on. I'm going to be saying that all day. Hey, did anybody watch Old Man Rivers play the game last night? Someone get down to Old Man Rivers. I'm not sponsored, so I can't tell you what I just drank. It's okay, though. So, 2 big losses. The Packers losing Micah Parsons to a torn ACL while he played the Broncos. He suffered the non-contact knee injury at the tail end of the 3rd quarter, streaking in on a blitz, and then trying to contain Bo Nix. It just didn't hold. He then took an awkward step, immediately grabbed his knee, and was down. He was helped into the locker room. I guess it was pretty bad. But I don't remember Micah Parsons in any which way, having a what do you call it? A towel or anything over his head. It's basically you walk out, you're under cognizance, you're doing all right. In Kansas City, however, you have a main loss. The main loss is, the first thing is you lost to the Chargers, taking away any chance you had of even resurrecting you going to the playoffs. It's the first time in, I think, 10 years where they're not in the playoffs, versus the first time in 5 years where they are not even controlling the AFC. Chiefs Nation. Doesn't get better from here. And there's something I saw that I'll make mention before we head out. But besides that, Mahomes suffered a left knee injury late in the fourth. And Andy Reid didn't speculate on the severity, but he said that the play didn't look good. There was a Chargers defensive lineman that basically went to go wrap him up, and just as he went to go move, I guess he got tangled. His knee looked like it extended in a certain way, and Mahomes went kind of in the air, kind of like Jim Henson throwing Kermit the Frog off his hand, and you're just seeing him flail just right down to the ground. all humor aside, freaking Kermit, yay! That's all I can think of. I gotta stop being evil. But Mahomes did have a towel over his head, and there were two people walking him into the locker room. Like I said, Gardner Minshew came out, and that was the end of it. They do believe to the fact that it is looking like he did tear an ACL. So they will be monitoring that. So the idea of Patrick Mahomes probably coming back for the remainder of the year, you're looking at Gardner Minshew running the offense unless they get somebody else. Also, Rams wide receiver Devontae Adams injured his hamstring against the Lions. It's not said to be, oh my God, but the Rams did clinch the first playoff berth. They will go to the postseason. Broncos did clinch the second straight postseason with the win over the Packers. Playoff races, if I'm even looking at it. Mind you, this is something that, when you look at it, Phillip Rivers survived and gave the Colts a chance to win on 3 days rest. Or 3 days of practice, I should say. So, you don't play in 5 years. You go up against probably one of the premier defenses in the league, which Seattle does have a dominant defense. And if you're taking a 44-year-old and shutting him down and you want to do a song and dance about it, great. Cool. Hey, guess what happened, though? Old Man Rivers still came out. Almost got you. He did, I guess, on the last drive, that's when he threw the interception. So, probably trying to do a little bit more than what he should have. Extending the play, doing what he could. It might have limited. But, the Colts are still alive. So is Rivers. So we're good. Chiefs, again, out of the playoffs for the first time since 2014. The comment about it is the AFC East may still go through Buffalo. That's tough. Because it's stated the Patriots still lead the division by one game. They could still be the AFC's top seed. But of course, here's the piece that everybody said, oh, they had the easiest schedule. I'm going to say this to every single human being. When the schedule is made, nobody knows if you're going to be a 5-5 team. Okay? The only people that basically know you're going to be borderline garbage, or I should say garbage, New York and New York. I think the Jets are one in lifetime, and the Giants are two in old time. So, got to push the envelope with where that is. But either which way, if you're playing the Bills and the Patriots in the playoffs, for starters, I like it because it's going to give you two teams that are going to go back to back in what they're going to do. So you're going to get the Bills who are playing the Patriots for the tiebreaker. Okay, you played one, you lost. You played another, you won. Now here it is for all the marbles, especially in the AFC. I like it. The Bucks collapsed. But they could just basically go right out of the way. The Bengals, trash. Burrow being out 9 games didn't help. The way their offensive line is holding doesn't help. The way their defense is letting people walk all over them doesn't help. The Bengals are kind of an enigma when they get down to who they're playing, but also what they're playing for. Losing Joe Burrow wasn't the easiest thing in the world, but then again, inheriting a veteran like Joe Flacco, not being an old and relevant, old man River, but still going into a better option, it's just something that the team has to go back to roots. Next year, Cincinnati has to do a lot of building blocks to get themselves back to where they used to be. Protecting Joe Burrow, job one. Getting them something that, whether Jamar Chase is out there, whether they have T. Higgins out there, whatever reason whatsoever, they need something that's holding them together. And they need a backup quarterback to handle that. Not saying anything about Flacco, but there needs to be another general that is on the same page as Joe Burrow that makes this team just as good. The Eagles are back to dominance. Like I said, blowing away the Raiders, great, cool, grand, wonderful. Hold on, let me backtrack for a second. You blew away the Raiders. It's the team we lost to in the opening game of the season. But I think that's one of their second or third wins. Going forth, the San Francisco 49ers, which I'm happy about, they're 10-4. What's the benefit of that? They do not have Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Brandon Ayuk. And they did not have Brock Purdy for a part of it. And they lost George Kittle a little bit. They also had Mac Jones winning 5 of those 10 games for them. Yes, Mac Jones was a gunslinger for the 49ers. And he was handling it beautifully. Because the extra added oomph, he had his magical weapon in Kendrick Bourne. It resurged the 49ers. They lost by like a couple points in some of the games, but it still helped them hold and maintain a 10-4 record. It's going to be big when you get to the playoffs, and I'm trying to see if I can have playoff picture. There we go. Not what I wanted. $2025 playoff picture. That is still. Oh, wait. Something else loaded. Okay. So the Broncos are 12-2. They're the first in the AFC West. Now, here's the fun fact that makes me wonder if this is, well, is this before? No, because they're 11-3 here. The way they have this is really weird. This is the part that you're trying to play with. Okay, so it is current. So the New England Patriots are 11-3. The Buffalo Bills are 10-4. Miami is 6-7. It's really hard to figure out what they're doing. The Jets are 3-11. There you go. The Titans, the Browns, the Raiders are 2. Okay. Oh, the Giants are actually worse than the Jets. Holy crap. Holy shit-toe. So looking at the playoff picture, the Broncos, the Patriots, the Jaguars, the Steelers, the Chargers, the Bills, and the Texans. So those are the 7. Now, mind you, the Patriots right now are 2nd. The Bills are at 6. And that's being 10-4. So the Jaguars, very dangerous team right now. Trevor Lawrence learned how to play ball. I'm impressed. The Jaguars basically turning a complete 360 within what their year was last year. The Steelers are first in the AFC North. The Chargers, the Bills, and the Texans are 2nd. The Ravens at 7-7 are 2nd, but they're ranked 9. The Colts are 8-6. They're 3rd in the AFC South. They do control the 8th spot. And then the Dolphins being on the cusp because they are 6-7, but they are also 3rd in the AFC East. Eliminated teams of the AFC are the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Jets, the Browns, the Raiders, and the Titans. I don't think anybody expected anything out of them. Titans are 2-12, Raiders are 2-12, Browns, Jets 3-11. The Bengals were 4-10. Come along to the NFC. So the Rams have the 1 spot. They're 11-3. They're first in the NFC. The Bears are 10-4. They're first in the NFC. That's in the North. The Eagles are 9-5. They don't even have a double-digit win yet. Buccaneers are 7-7. They are still looking like they're in it because they are first in the NFC South. Here's where the breakdown is. The Rams are 11-3, and they're first in the NFC West. The Seahawks are number 5 on this list. They are 11-3, and they are second. And then the 49ers, being 10-4, are third in the NFC West. The Packers hold the 7 spot at 9-4-1. And then the Lions, the Panthers, and the Cowboys take on the last spot. Eliminated out of the NFC right now, the Vikings, the Falcons, the Saints, Commanders, Cardinals, and of course the Giants. It's a beautiful thing. Maybe it's just because like the Massachusetts native in me just wants to like make fun of the New Yorker in somebody else. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't knock anything with it. Couple things before we do sign off for the night. Anybody who is watching, I am very, very close to followers on TikTok. Please do me a favor, go on TikTok, share it as much as you can. I believe I have 37 people that are following me there. I know I'm such a like everybody like knows me on there. I am 13 away from actually getting the 50 and being able to go live on TikTok. If I do that, I can make an ass of myself on there. I'm completely okay with that. If you also notice, this is episode 46. Not in full. I have to do the math to see how many I've actually had. But this is season 2, episode 46. So I have 4 more episodes to where I'll hit 50. I know. 50. It's bad enough I'm doing the episode tonight that is going to be my age come January. Ew. Schedule that I was looking at, excuse me, Mr. Root Beer. Today being the 14th, I'm looking at the 17th, 21st, 26th, and then the 50th episode of the year, which will make sure we hype, we'll make sure we get some stuff going, make sure to the fact that we have like 15 different things that are going on. We'll promote it as we can. I know 3 people will be here. I'm completely okay with that. But we'll do an actual celebration for a 50th episode, not me going, oops, I forgot. Which I actually did on my inaugural 50th episode. Doing. The 50th episode will also be a very special one. I've already got a guest that is looking to log in with us on the 28th. It could be a very good New Year kick-in. So we can actually kick off the new year with mentioning all this and doing it. The other 3 days, we'll do promotion. We'll do everything we're going to do. Hype up for the Patriots. Hype up for everything going on. A lot of stuff still with the Red Sox, the Bruins, the Celtics. We'll probably do those on the Wednesday and the Friday. Just to like do the lead up. So this way it's Sundays, Patriots, the whole time. Making sure, because we're getting into playoff bracket. So I want to make sure that everything we're talking about and everything we're doing and rolling with is handling that playoff run. So this way everything is gold. Like I said, gold. I'm not going to do that again. Tell you that for starters. All right. They need something with lights. Like I want like twinkle lights. Like that's no. Happy holiday. They did have one for like the turkey, and I threw that on, and like there's little things that like the app that I utilize makes certain things really festive. So I'll take it for what it is. But it is a magical time where we have to say goodnight. Because it is 1:17 a.m. We're 2 minutes into Twin Pines Mall. You know what happens then. We go back to the future. No, there is no Doc Brown tonight. But thank you to the couple people that have hung out, whether on X, whether you're also hanging around on YouTube, and also if you've basically taken the hour and listened to us on Spotify. We thank you. I thank you. You have no idea. People. We look forward to everything as it goes. I do want to thank everybody for coming in, checking out the podcast, being a part of it, watching as we do. It's great to know that like people are here. Hopefully we just continue to grow because I like that. Getting people involved. Wednesday the 17th, right at midnight, we will be back, Eastern Standard Time. We'll get more into the Celtics, more into the Bruins. We'll go into a little bit more of your leading scorer in Morgan Geeky, which is making me very proud. All that and more coming up Wednesday the 17th, and then Sunday the 21st, we're back at midnight to go over Patriots recap and the like, and especially give you updated info within how everything is going in the NFL. Especially when it's coming down to playoff time, baby. Woo! And we'll also go over the Miami-Pittsburgh game and see who wins. We'll actually do that Wednesday, because I'm dying to see. I'm really curious if Miami can pull this off. I don't think so. I'm not stating to the fact that, like, because they're a well-coached team. No. Everybody should know how I feel about Mike McDaniel. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how everything livens up. I'm your host, Topher, bringing you Boston Concessions. We are an SSBN podcast. Boys from Rhode Island are amazing, and we have one back in Rhode Island. We'll try to get him on and see how everything goes from there. Till Wednesday night, Thursday morning, whichever way you want to say it. Stay warm, stay fresh, stay easy. Not in that way. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, whichever it is, wherever you're listening to. And thank you for checking us out. Good night, and good luck.